Hey y'all, I'm going to be reviewing Codecademy Pro. I will be more so reviewing their web development course because that is a course I took. Firstly, let's go to Codecademy Pro page. Codecademy likes to boast itself as the easiest way to learn how to code. It has members-only content, a step-by-step roadmap, real-world projects, and community support forum. And it is only $19.99 a month for a year. Their web development course I took, which is the main focus of this review, description states that it's great for budding front-end and back-end engineers. Well, let's dive a little deeper, shall we? The course covers HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It also covers React Node, the command line, SQL, testing APIs, etc., etc. It does indeed cover all of these topics, but it dives deeper into some topics more than others. You get more surface level knowledge, for instance, on the back end portion of the course. For instance, in the front end section of HTML and CSS, it is good and quite extensive, and you will learn quite a bit. Even the intro to JavaScript is a decent introduction into learning how to code JavaScript, and you will get a really good grasp of the basics. But once you get into backend, like I said earlier, and testing, I would suggest looking for a more complete resource. The course modules are pretty consistent. You have the course text on the left side of the screen, and then you can develop on the right side. Most of the modules have exercises that you go through, and the exercises often have hints that you can help you along the way. Sometimes the hints just give you flat out the answer, which I don't think is necessarily great for development, but I do think it's encouraging when you're first learning to code to have, I guess, the answers given to you in the beginning. Several of the modules also have cheat sheets. The cheat sheets are pretty much summaries of a lesson. And I like the cheat sheets because you don't have to go back and review everything in the lesson. You can just go to the cheat sheet and it gives you a streamlined view of everything you've covered, just in case you only needed like a help with a small portion of a section rather than the whole course module. Unfortunately, not every module has a cheat sheet, such as the backend section, which I think would have been really helpful for it to have a cheat sheet for that. Each lesson also has a quiz at the end. I like the quizzes. I found them helpful to solidify content. I like having review quizzes and flashcards when I personally go through a course, so I really appreciated that Codecademy Pro has the quizzes at the end of a module. Also, if you download the Codecademy app, you can take quizzes on your phone, so you can be constantly reviewing these concepts on the go. At the end of, let's say, a grader lesson, there is a portfolio project that should be completed. I would say that the lessons are arranged in a logical way. I think it goes from relatively easy content, and then as you go through the course, it becomes a lot more difficult. Codecademy usually uses mostly text content, and mostly everything can be done within the site. You don't have to open up your own text editor. Except for the portfolio projects, I think that is something that is best done in your own personal text editor, although you can do most of the portfolio projects within the Codecademy site. If you prefer video content, I would say Codecademy is not the course for you, just because it doesn't have a lot of video content. For the portfolio projects at the end, after you completed the portfolio project, there is a video that kind of gives you an overview of how to do the project and everything. And then some of the harder lessons, it does have video content, but that is definitely not the basis of Codecademy. Codecademy definitely does more so the text content on the left side of the screen, and then the editor on the right side of the screen, and then it gives you like step-by-step instructions. For those of you who were looking for a course with video content, I thought that would just be helpful for you to know. I think it's great for those of us who prefer more hands-on learning. Like, I'm not a big fan of video content because I find that I can get easily distracted watching a video, and I like the digestible chunks of text in Codecademy Pro. I think that is more helpful, the kind of learning I need, rather than a video course where I have to like sit and pay attention for, quite a while. I will say that um, you should take my review or any review with a grain of salt, because I'm definitely not a coding beginner. I currently do web development, although I do not use much JavaScript. I use some. I primarily work in SharePoint. And for those of you who don't know what SharePoint is, it is what I like to call Microsoft's content management system. You can create custom web pages like WordPress does, and it allows for document storage, kind of like a Dropbox or a Google Drive. Even though SharePoint does have a lot of cool features where you don't have to code, I still use coding with HTML and CSS, just because SharePoint doesn't have a lot of, like a nice user interface, and that's where my job comes in, where I make the user interface nicer through HTML and CSS. In my career, I have found that I do need more JavaScript as I develop more complex solutions for SharePoint, and I would like to not have to bother my fellow JavaScript developer coworkers every time I need a custom JavaScript developed. So that's why I took this course to, brush up on my JavaScript course skills, and I found that it has been very helpful. Although I did read somewhere in the Full Stack Academy review of the course, if you're like a pure zero beginner, a JavaScript, this Codecademy Pro course will take you from 0 to 8. Like, if 100 is professional full stack developer, you're not going to get there with this course. You'll be at like an 8. You'll get to maybe an intermediate JavaScript developer, but I wouldn't say you are an advanced JavaScript developer by any means. The thing I liked most about the course were the portfolio projects. I think they were a great exercise and a great thing to showcase in your portfolio. You can't take credit for the design, but you made it functional, so you can definitely take credit for the code behind it and the functionality. As you go through the course, in the beginning, they gave you step-by-step instructions on how to complete the portfolio project. But as you get towards the end, they will tell you to try to complete the portfolio project before even looking at the instructions. So kind of completely develop it from scratch on your own, which I think is a better way to learn and solidify the content. The course is self-paced, and the time it takes varies on you and your schedule. I did the web development track in the beginning. To get 80% through the course, I did about 3 to 4 hours a day every single day, and the latter 20% of the course, I started a new job. Not because of this course, just because I had been already talking about this new job with a recruiter prior to taking this course. So I wouldn't say Codecademy definitely helped me get this job, although the stuff I learned in Codecademy is helping me to do a good job in this work that I'm doing. There are some people that can get through this course quicker or slower than I did. Some people can complete this course in about 2.5 months. I completed 80% of the course in about 2.5 to 3 months. Some people can get through the whole course in 3 months. So it all really depends on you. I chose Codecademy rather than other courses such as Free Codecamp, for instance, because honestly, I just prefer the Codecademy interface. Free Codecamp's design isn't bad. Sorry, I had something in my throat. It's not a bad design, and it is free. So if you're looking for something free, I definitely suggest Free Code Camp. I just found that the Codecademy interface is a lot better, and it's only $20 a month. And my budget, I found that I could afford that. Also, I'm been familiar with Codecademy in the past. I've used their free content before, so and quite enjoyed it. So I thought this would be Codecademy Pro would be a good investment. The site itself is a high quality site. Like I've mentioned, I like the interface. However, there have been a few buggy issues, such as the scrolling on the internal dev environment can be buggy, and it's not just me. I'm not the only one who noticed that. I have seen other people in the forums complain about this in the site, but that's the only bug I found on the site while I was using it. The video instructions, the video tutorials, when they do have them, the audio is great for the most part, and the instruction is helpful. So I think for Codecademy to improve this course, it needs to definitely expand on its back-end development section, make it more thorough, have cheat sheets for all the topics covered in the course. I also think it needs to find the right balance between it completely holding your hand through exercises and then like completely throwing you into the deep end, not even providing hints. I think Codecademy needs to find that balance with this course. For customer service, I think Codecademy does a great job. I've only ever had to use it once, and that was through email, and they got back to me within 24 hours. Codecademy also has the online community specifically for pro members and customer service agents and staff of Codecademy definitely get back to users quite quickly in that forum. So if you're looking for something where you can talk to customer service and get quick feedback, I think Codecademy is a great course for that as well. I didn't use the forum that often. I found that it can clog my inbox, but I did see people there. It is moderately active. So if you're looking for an online forum like that where you can get to know other Codecademy Pro members, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the greatest forum, but it is there if you need it. Overall, $20 a month. I think it's a good price compared to the boot camps that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Yes, there's free Code Camp and Udemy and some other free or low cost options. But I personally liked Codecademy for, like I said again, the interface, the customer service. It provides a lot of good information, but I would not pay anything above $20 a month for Codecademy Pro. I think $20 a month is the correct price. If you want to get your feet wet and see if coding is right for you, or you're experienced programmer like me and need like a refresher on some of the basics, I think Codecademy Pro is helpful. However, if you're serious about changing your career path from something totally unrelated to coding to becoming a professional software engineer, I would not rely on Codecademy alone. But I would not rely on any course alone. Um, in general, I think it's important to diversify your learning. So even though I don't take video courses, I think video courses can help you. For some people, I think reading books should be an option. I also think finding a coding buddy or a mentor and learning with them, those are all things that can help you change careers and not just rely on one coding course such as Codecademy Pro alone to help you change careers. Now, I mostly reviewed the web development section, but Codecademy does offer a lot of other coding courses, and it just landed a just launched, sorry, a new how to land a web developer job course. So, if you're looking for that, uh, like interview preparation, Codecademy does have that, and that is all included in the $20 a month price. So again, very affordable. Because the Codecademy is lacking in some of the areas, for instance, backend JavaScript and testing, and I don't think you'll be completely job ready after taking this course, I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars out of 5. The design is nice. It gives you plenty of projects and quizzes. It's just a bit more, it's just that a bit more content would be an amazing addition to the Codecademy Pro courses. But I find that Codecademy Pro is great if you need training wheels before you take a deep dive into coding. Please let me know how you're learning to code, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.